Sights and sounds.
Yes, of course, Miguel. I promise it's you. Don't worry, man. I got you.
We could have had a life that was so beautiful.
Here are the documents for you as well as for your daughter. You have all you need to go. I even gave you money for the airfare.
Let's go. Cover that side.
My duty as a journalist is to go to where the story is, ask the hard questions, talk to the people that matter. And today, I'm in Nakasero Market to hear the stories of the local traders caught in a fight with the Chinese traders. Ultimately, it's not just the news, but the conversation that will turn on your world. My name is Shilan Buchiri.
NTV, turning on your world.
Sights and sounds. Sights and sounds.
June 2016 robbed me of a friend in a border accident.
It was about 2 a.m. when I saw the message that Julie was gone. It was so overwhelming.
It hurts to know that a friend has lost their life to a border.
Her life was cut short because we didn't have time to prepare our goodbyes. We had actually prepared for what our future was.
I lost a friend.
Because somebody's reckless on the road.
Since then, I realized that actually I'm the boss to the boda guy. Julie Tumwesije, she was a sister, she was a daughter, she was a friend, she was a workmate. She had dreams. She had dreams for all of us. She had dreams for her family. Her dreams were crushed because of a road accident. Don't crush anyone else's dreams. Tredeko. Every life matters.
This message was brought to you by Viva Energy and Ntv Uganda.
Amanya gange bantuta kamusime ziriba. Myaka eja 22 gye maze nga mvuga bus. Nagitambuza bulungi nnyo nga mvuga bulungi naye nenzija ninfunako kampuni emu. Nebeera nga dereva emukozesa nnyo nga teyagala kumanya nti dereva akoowa. Nali ngenda Goma otuukayo ku lunaku lwakusatu ate oli dereva omu. Bwe natuuka e Goma ntwala baasi ku mazzi nenaaba ningenda ewange ne batika baasi yange nga tebambuulidde. Era nali ndyawo mpuumuddeko ng'amanyi nti nja kugenda olunaku oluddako. Nali ndyawo ne bankubira kamusiime. Jabu baasi ejjudde nga tukulaba kyandeetera okupapa. Nindayo ku mulimu era ninkwata baasi ningenda. Bwe nasanga trailer nesibira hampu y'ettaka bali bakozeewo diversion. Olw'otulo n'obukoowu bwali buyingidde mu bwongo nagenda okwesanga nga ndaba trailer naye nagiyingiramu nga njiraba. So mbadde nkubiriza badereva bannanga abavuga baasi tuteekemu okwebalirira. Nkubiriza ne bakama baffe abatukozesa bannyinizi baasi babaliiririre dereva. Tweddeko obulamu tebugulwa.
This message was brought to you by Viva Energy and Ntv Uganda.
Amanya agange nze Ibrahimu Kayondo nzize kwogera ku kigambo obukoowu. Abagagga muwaayo amamotoka gammwe ne mugawa abaana ne mubatuma ssente nnyingi. Omwana akola obuteebalira olw'okuba agenda nadda tawumula ekivaamu omubiri gwonna nga guba mukoowu. Ekiva mu bukoowu obwo ng'akola kabenje. Obubenje tufunye bungi. N'olwekyo ndabula nga ngamba nti tweddeko ku nsonga ey'okukozesa abantu nga tebawummula. Ogwo omulanga gugenda eri bakama baffe.
This message was brought to you by Viva Energy and Ntv Uganda.
Hi, my name is Ben Winnie. On the 9th of July 2007, I was involved in a very nasty accident that almost left me dead. I had been hit head-on by a police car. Fortunately for me, I was wearing my seatbelt and came out with just minor scratches. The driver in the other car, however, didn't survive because he didn't have his seatbelt on. And I vowed from that day to be very careful about wearing my seatbelt because I know it's there to protect me, no matter where I am. Tread deco, every life matters.
This message was brought to you by Viva Energy and Ntv Uganda.
Boyita mu ddembero erikuweebwa ssemateeka wakeera ku makya n'okuba akaluluko okulonda omubaka wa paalamenti. Ono kati wakumala emyaka 5 ng'akukiikirira no mu paalamenti. Okimanyi nti ono alina ky'amannyo mu kukyusa obulamu bwo? Mu mboozi eyo gye nkutuusako buli lunaku sagala ongoberere bugoberezi wabula njagala onnyonnyoke ensonga ze ndi mu kwogerako. Oba oliawo osobole okutegeera ensonga nga bwe zitambula. Kino kyonna nkikola okulaba nti nkyusa obulamu bwo. Wano oka ku NTV. Nze Julius Senkandwa wano ku Parliament.
NTV, turning on your world. You're watching Morning at NTV.
I very often watch a lot of young people sort of meander around without any idea about why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, to want and to be ambitious and to want to be successful is not enough. That's just desire. To know what you want, to understand why you're doing it, to dedicate every breath in your body to achieve. If you feel you have something to give, if you feel that your particular talent is worth developing, is worth caring for, then there's nothing you can't achieve.
Do something you're very passionate about.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, and you don't really love it, you're going to give up.
So how do you start a business with no money under the worst conditions that your backer doesn't want to give you a dime? What do? Get ready for a lot of rejection, and at the same exact time, do the things others don't want to do. Do what's necessary. Do what it takes, no matter what it is, and try not to hurt anybody along the way.
I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I cared. That's what I cared about. I cared about solving problems, being successful. Anytime an obstacle presented itself, I used it to my advantage, made it work. And I never heard the word no. If I heard the word no, it meant maybe. Then I made maybe yes.
Take what you've got. Your assets are your energy. Your assets are your willingness to just not be told no. The harder it is, the tougher it is, the bigger the challenge to get in, the bigger the opportunity behind. The opportunities behind are endless.
I really, really believe in getting rich. I believe in people creating wealth for themselves.
Develop the habits. You've got the brain power, you've got the energy, but develop the habits of success.
If you know exactly what you want to be, you need to spend as much time with people that are actually that already.
We become our standards in many ways. If you are surrounded by B players or average performers, and that is your standard, then your mindset will operate at the standard that is offered to you by the people around you. I mean, we do become our social orbit.
Don't allow anyone, friend, family, acquaintance, teachers, whoever it is, don't allow anyone to tell you that what you are dreaming for yourself and your family is not possible. It is possible. Don't be one of those people 20 years from now are going to be walking around in a 9-to-5 job, miserable and angry and bitter.
What fear is stopping you in your tracks and burning the soles of your feet? What if conquering that fear, whatever it is, that keeps you from being what the Creator intended for you? What if you could unleash everything great in your life? Would you do it? Would you say yes to that?
You will receive from the world who you become. But the doorway to success, I suggest to you, swings inward, not outward. And the best way to have a game-changing life, and the best way to have a world-class lifestyle, and the best way to change the world is to change yourself. I mean, we get from life who we become. To have the results of a game changer, you need to start thinking and behaving like a game changer. And that means thinking like a game changer, populating your mindset with the best books, with the best ideas, with the best conversations, behaving in ways that most people don't behave. Again, you want to have the results very few people have, you've got to start doing things that very few people do. Turn off the television. Delete the naysayers. Stop gossiping and start producing. Eat better food. Run longer runs. Shift from a focus on what's not working to a focus on what's working. I mean, you really want to install a whole new series of mindsets and a whole new series of rituals that very few people are doing.
in the end, luck plays a very important part in how successful you are. But the harder you work and the longer you work, the luckier you're going to be.
I've always thought that each person invented himself for whatever reasons, through whatever circumstance, through whatever he has gone through, that we are each a figment of our own imagination.
You're watching Morning at NTV.
A very good morning to you. Welcome to Morning at NTV. If you're just joining us on air or online, we are glad to have your company. A big story today in the Daily Monitor is about who actually funds the national budget. Are you aware of how much you pay in tax, or probably you don't even pay tax? What about in your consumables? How much of what you've actually paid in purchasing those goods or possibly a service goes to our national budget, should I say, to our national cake? According to Oxfam, and Uganda's fastest growing informal sector accounts for 43% of the economy's gross domestic product, which is basically the size of the economy. The existence of large informal sector means that tax rates are higher for those in the legal, regularized or formal economy. The report quoted the URA Commissioner General. There's also, the report also notes that the country's growth rate is largely down to the fast-growing sectors such as services, which employ few Ugandans, meaning majority of the population in the agricultural sector contribute a negligible amount of revenue, if any. We are opening our phone lines now, and if you tell us what are your thoughts on who can actually fund the national budget. There's still lots. I went to a supermarket over the weekend, and you know, the price of bread had gone up by 200 shillings, and I was actually quite shocked by that. I said this has already begun to bite some of us in our economies. Are you already feeling the pinch in as you do your shopping, possibly grocery shopping? I do know some schools have received circulars saying the school fees is going to go up in the next term, so parents need to be aware. How is the budget affecting you? We also do know that for tax evaders, they are going to be fined 70 million shillings. What are your thoughts on those? And revenue mobilization, do you think URA is doing enough to mobilize messages? We have something here from Fred saying that he thinks URA needs to deal with the corruption amongst themselves before they come to the rest of the population. The number is on your screen. We are talking about the national budget, how we can fund it, what your thoughts are, your experiences already. It was read last Thursday, and have you already felt it bite your pocket the last week? Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning, how are you?
I am very well. Do go ahead with your comment.
Kahara calling from Bushenyi.
Yes, please go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, Kahara calling from Bushenyi.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually, that program is good, the issue you have raised.
Yes.
Because what is important is to understand the size of Uganda's economy. And in order to understand the size of Uganda's economy, we are already like 114 districts. We need to look at the contribution of each district, the district budget, the district economy. And therefore, now that one will take us the planning level. The budget of 2014 was out, but as I talk, I don't think even the planning for every district needs also to be captured. If it is not captured and every district does not know the size of the district economy, then there is no way how even district local government can even engage the central government. Because as I talk now, they are only waiting for the overs, the kind of contribution what central government gives to the district local government is what the district local government can base actually on its own. So what is important now, I think, we need to sit down on the drawing table. Task all the district local governments, 114, establish their district economy, the source of revenue each district contributes up to the national coffers. So that instead of relying actually on these donor funding where you are saying it is over 50%, then it can also become history. And how to do it is we need to stimulate economic activity in the district level. Know the contribution of the agricultural sector at the district level, the contribution of the forestry sector. In other words, how many people are engaged in agriculture, how many are in forestry, how many are in fishing, how many are in animal husbandry, how many are in dairy, how many are in poultry, how many women are engaged in forestry and these other related activities. Now, after establishing that base at the district level, then we can look at the contribution of each and every district towards the national coffers, so that even when the central government is giving returns to districts, they can also use that one as a foundation. I think let me briefly stop here.
I wanted to ask you something.
An opportunity.
I wanted
Thank you, Kahara, calling from Mushenya. I'm a lecturer at Kampala International University. I'm an economist and development planner. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kahara, you've just rushed off. I don't know if you're still there. Oh, yes, you've gone. But I wanted to know, how much do you know about Bushenyi? Yes, you say you're a lecturer. Have you done research about Bushenyi? How many people are involved in coffee, possibly matoke? I wish you could call again and we could continue the discussion, Mr. Kahara from Bushenyi. But we have another call on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am very well.
My name is Eric. I'm calling from Arua.
Eric from Arua?
Yes.
Okay, Eric in Arua. Please go ahead.
You know, yesterday when I just took a look at the headlines screaming in the Daily Monitor headline,
yes,
screaming about taxes being levied on basic drugs, name it Panadol, Bazail, and all this kind of, malaria and malarial drugs, and I was like, oh, we are just a finished country, going to have much on this country, because you cannot do that to a very basic, to a necessity of life. And once you start doing that, you know that things are really so bad. And how do you explain the sudden prices? This economy, I think it's just dead, like Sudhir alluded to it one point in time. Because you cannot go to a shop and buy sugar 7,000 shillings
a kilo,
Ugandan shillings, and it's like you're living in another planet. I think the economists of this country just need to accept and admit that the economy is rotten, and ask whoever can to fix it. They should just lay down their tools. I think that's the way to go. But right now, things are just so pathetic.
But Eric, before you go, where would you want the money to come from? If it shouldn't, yes, you're saying it can't come from medicine.
The moment you start creating so many administrative units and increase the cost of public expenditure, if I can tell you in the next, look at the amount of money that is going to fund things other than infrastructure or capital expenditure, that is going to recurrent expenditure like salaries and administrative costs, basically, you will be amazed, because this is where our money should not be channeled. You cannot create 1,000,
Oh, Eric, we seem to have lost you. But Eric, I could feel pain in your voice as you were saying that, medicines should not be taxed. And yes, that was a big story yesterday in the newspapers about what is happening. I think we have another caller on the line. Good morning. Good morning. This is Morning at NTV. We're talking about the resource envelope. We're talking about our national cake. The budget was read last week. Are you already feeling it bite your pocket? Do call the number on your screen and let us know what your thoughts are on this topic of the national budget. Who should fund it at the end of the day? Good morning. Okay, and when you do call, just a reminder to step away from your TV set because there is a time delay. Do you think URA is doing a great job in collecting taxes? They have now said 70 million is the fine on tax evaders. Is that enough? Is that too much? Do you think they're just trying to punish a few people and yet maybe a few small fish, and yet there are huge fish out there that actually managed to evade taxes all along? What are your thoughts on the pulse this day as we continue to reflect on the national budget that was read last week? 70% of the total domestic resource of the total domestic sources that will finance